Just so we're clear, I don't have a ton of experience using conduit. We are in business. Good morning, north of 44 degrees. We're going to take a break from working on the ceiling for just a little bit because a week from Monday we have the guys from Floorheat coming up, and we're going to unbox the the control panel for the heated floor. So we need to get some light in the utility room so that we can actually see something. So let's jump inside and we'll do that. And if you'll notice here, I have a bunch of garbage on the ground. It's because I have birds that are insisting on trying to build a nest on top of my shutters. This is the third nest I've broken up, or third nest that they put up anyway. We're gonna jump right in here. I'll show you where we're at and we're gonna get right after it. We are going to bring a wire out of this box here. We're gonna go up, we're gonna go across the ceiling, and we're gonna put a light switch in down here. I picked up a LED light, it looks like that. I picked it up at the Big Blue store, and we're just going to plug that into the ceiling. I am using a plug-in light because if I need to change it or I need to do something different, I want the ability. So we're just going to put an outlet up here in the ceiling. I am going to do it all with conduit again, so I can change in the shop here. The thought process is going to be do all the electrical in conduit so that we can change things on the fly. If I need to add outlets, I can run more conduit. If I need to subtract outlets, I can take conduit down. So trying to keep everything from being buried in the wall. Yes, it may be a little more expensive because of the conduit, but I may be able to save a little money because I can use just the bare wire, the AWG wire, instead of Romex. So we'll take advantage where we can and go from there. So let's get started. $26.75. 28 3/4, 29 3/4. So if you noticed, I already had some holes in the wall here. I had tried to do this once before with a 1/2-inch conduit. What was my number? So I tried to do this once before with 1/2-inch conduit, but if you look at the charts, then you'll notice 29 3/4. That you have to, in order to use Romex in conduit, if you're using 2 strands, then you have to have at least inch conduit to do that. So I had to, I had put up some 1/2-inch stuff hoping I could make it work, but I couldn't, so I had to take it all down and start over again. It cost me a piece of 1/2-inch conduit, but that was about it. I can use the other boxes and angles and stuff. Oh, and I should mention, I am not an electrician. I am comfortable doing electrical stuff. If you are not comfortable doing electrical stuff, hire an electrician. It's not particularly difficult, but there are some inherent risks, namely all the electricity. So it's pretty easy to do this. You just gotta, think about safety, just in general. And if I turn the cameras off for a second and something ends up getting done that I don't show, it's probably because I'm going off the reservation a little bit, which I've been known to do. But those are risks I'm willing to take. Not saying that you should or shouldn't. I will say that if you are thinking about getting into the trades or know somebody that's thinking about getting into the trades, Mike Rowe's operation is doing scholarships for the trades. You can find him at Mike Rowe Works, ROWE Works. I think it's .com. I'll put the link down below. But he's doing all kinds of good work promoting the trades. Not sponsored. Mike doesn't know who I am, nor do I expect that he ever will. 41 and a half. The first time I did this, I didn't measure everything before I put it up, and interestingly, I need exactly 10 feet of conduit, or pretty close to 10 feet of conduit, and I cut one piece about an inch too long, expecting I would have enough left over that it wouldn't make a difference, and that is not the case. In order for me to go up and over into this other wall, I needed right at 10 feet. So you'll see here what my scrap is on this piece of conduit. So as you can see, this is all I have left for excess. What, about 3 or 4 inches. I need every bit of this 10-foot stick to put this up. I'm expecting to have quite a bit of fun trying to shoot video in this utility room of this going together, because there's just not a lot of extra room. I measured it 8 foot by 8 foot on the outside, and we lose 4 inches for the wall. Just so we're clear, I don't have a ton of experience using conduit, so I'm gonna be learning a lot as we go. But I do expect that I will at some point switch over and use non-insulated wire, the regular AWG wire, instead of this Romex. I just think it's going to be a lot easier to manipulate. I think this is going to be a complete pain in the butt, which makes me wonder what makes sense to come in from the other way. Making this corner's going to suck. we've got the piece run from, that'll go from the box over to the switch, and now we're going to run the piece that is from the outlet down to the switch. I guess I could have run a piece of string through here to help me pull wires. Alright, so I've dug through the box of things that I have. This is just a switch that I think has come from someplace else. I only have both the screws in, so I've got to find another screw. And then I'm going to go ahead and put a ground fault, a GFCI outlet in. I'm in the utility room. There's going to be water. Code probably says I have to. I'd be willing to debate it with some people, but it's what I've got. Let me find a screw for this one. the breaker in. You can see that here. So that breaker's in. I'm still running on the flashlight. Our board is back on. So I did turn the sub panel off before I added that breaker. So I was doing it right. My GFCI switch has a green light, which is a good thing. My light switch is on. You can barely see that. So let's put this guy up here real quick. I expect that that's going to be fine. 2 orange lights means that everything is wired up properly. Also known as I didn't screw it up. So we've got all that done. Let's get let's unbox that light and get that thing installed as well. Alright. This is just a standard 3-foot LED shop light. 3,000 lumens. It's a 4K color temperature, so it's going to be more on the white side. It is a 120 volt plug-in. That is by design. I wanted something that could be easily mounted, dismounted, replaced, added to. If there's anything else in that box. Instructions. How in the world do you need I bet there's 20 pages of instructions. Granted, I'm sure I've got every language in the known universe on here, but there's no way I need that many instructions to hang up a simple shop light. And I'm going to attach this thing directly to the ceiling. Oh, there we go. It comes with more hardware. No, I'm not at all worried about using the anchors because I'm going to use the light switch to turn this on, so nobody's going to be pulling on the chain. And a half. Yes, I will get switch plate covers and do this up properly. And I'll get zip ties and zip tie this wire up. Let's see what we've got. We are in business. Alright, something we've never had in a utility room before. We've got the light. We're all plugged in. We can use the switch to turn everything on and off. And we are good to go. Look at it in here. Alright, and we're going to put the panel right there from Floorheat, so we'll be good to go. I'm going to wrap all this up, get all the fine details taken care of, but other than that, we are good to go. Thanks for stopping by. See you next week.